Hey, it's Frank here with 4D Honeybee, doing something a little different today. I went to Innisfil Creek Honey, which is the company and people that supply me with my bees and supplies, and some people have asked me about that. I'll put a link in the description below about it. And I met up with the owner, Brian Scott, and he showed me probably the funkiest, neatest looking beehive I've ever seen in my life. So just doing a quick video on that just to show you. I'd love to hear your comments on it because it looks pretty wild, and I'd be tempted to do that if I had the right property. But enjoy the bees. And thanks for joining me at 4D Honeybee. We're here with Brian Scott at Innisfil Creek Honey, and Brian's showing me a pretty cool new creation. What can you tell me about this, Brian?
Well, I just try to have fun with beekeeping, and thought I'd try to build a curiosity piece. So we mounted a beehive on the side of the beekeeping shop and left the bottom off the beehive so that the bees can build a natural beehive, similar to what they would build in the wintertime, or in the not in the wintertime, in nature. They've have drawn all the honeycomb down below the beehive, so you can actually walk up underneath the beehive, take a look up inside and see what the bees are doing. So you can see them walking around,
So cool.
watch them live their life.
Wow.
And it's really all about trying to have fun with beekeeping and trying to make it less of a business and more of a hobby. It's things like this that, to me, to make it enjoyable.
That is wild. Now, how much is that comb? Like, how much is that drawn out? Is that just from spring? How much, the part that's below the box, how long did it take them to build that out?
Well, the initial part of the hive, that's been up there for a year now, so they built most of that comb last year. If you look closely, you can see some white comb on the sides and at the bottom. That white comb is comb they built this year, or this spring.
Right.
They probably won't build it much longer than that. That size of a hive, that's the size of 2 deep boxes.
Right, that makes sense.
So that's the size of what they would normally build for their brood chamber.
Yeah.
They might build it a little bit longer, but then they'll hit a point where it'll just stay at that size.
Right.
And they'll just maintain it at that. So.
And what about winter? Do you have to take any kind of precautions or any kind of winterization with that open bottom?
Yeah, so in the fall, I take another box, slide it up over the bottom of the comb, and I screw a bottom board to it.
Right, okay.
So that it is functionally exactly like a beehive you would be overwintering.
Makes sense.
And then I wrap it on the side of the building with wrap to give it some insulation.
That's great.
And they made it through winter fantastic on the side of the building like that.
That's
so
awesome.
if you are going to do something like this, it's important to pick the side of the building that is going to block the wind.
All right.
So we're headed, this is the east facing side of the window of the building. Most of the wind is blocked by the actual beekeeping shop, so they have a better success rate that way.
Yeah, it's neat too because they start above ground. Like, you practically wouldn't know that they're around just existing underneath it, right?
Yeah.
They get airborne out of that and go on their merry way.
Yeah.
So.
And they do really well. They protect the hive. They don't have robbing issues.
Right.
They operate this hive exactly like they would a regular beehive with a small entrance, even though their entrance is the whole bottom of the beehive.
That's wild. That's brilliant. And now do you think, I know you're doing this for fun, and I know that's an important part of you personally, your personality and your business. Are you planning on marketing that, selling that at all?
Gosh, no. Gosh, no. If anybody wanted to try to do something like this, I'd help them out.
Yeah.
Give them some advice, but no, it's not something that I would suggest a beginner beekeeper doing. This is something you'd want to do after you have some experience and sort of know what you're doing, because there's a great chance for failure doing something like this, because you're giving them that large opening at the bottom.
Good point.
They have to deal with the weather more often because they're open to the elements.
Yeah.
So yeah, but if you're looking at doing something fun and you know what you're doing already, it's a great novelty piece to have around your property to
Absolutely.
to impress visitors.
You bet. And especially if you've got a bit of property, you can go set that up somewhere.
Exactly, yeah.
Somewhere a little further away.
Yeah,
Just
your
have
spouse
fun
might
with
be not very happy if you mount this to the side of your house,
right.
but if you have an old shop in the back, you could totally do something like this.
Good stuff. Well, everybody asks me where I get my stuff from, where I get my bees from, and this is it, Innisfil Creek Honey. I'll put a link in it in the description below. And Brian Scott is the proprietor. It's a family business. And yeah, give him a call if you want anything. It's a great place to get your supplies. Thanks for your time, Brian.
Yeah, have a great day.